So it's been a week or two now since the 2.5 update came out. Is that what we're calling it? Anyway, as we all know, Capcom brought forward some things from Title Update 3 to create a mini title update, and with it has given us the 9-star monsters and a totally new RNG grind with upgraded talismans as the reward. So firstly, here's my question to you, right? Like, leave the answers down below. Like, can we finally stop talking about the difficulty for this game now? Like, is this actually enough? I know I'm guilty of making difficulty videos. Because personally, as I said in the last video for the Title Update 2, I had my concerns about difficulty bloating, and thankfully I don't think they've gone that far. They bloated some H people, you know, some more than others. But overall, I'm actually really enjoying these hunts. And that's because I basically got what I wanted from launch, just longer hunts. That's all I needed, and that's what I've got, because these new 9 to 5 monsters aren't horrifically different from the old 8-5s. Like, I'm avoiding Steve, in fairness, at the plague, because can you stand still for 5 seconds? And there's enough of them now that you can have some variety. Sure, it's probably the most efficient to just farm like Ray Dow and Uthuna over and over again, because they're by far on the way the quickest and the easiest to hunt. But I do still have one concern. It's not necessarily a concern, it's more of a question of how things like the future Arch-Tempered are going to work, because the 2 we currently have are in the 8-star ranking, so are they going to get brought up? Like, I kind of doubt that, or do they just get left behind, which would kind of suck? Because I assume all the upcoming ones are going to be 9-star because they're Arch-Tempered, right? Like, they have to be stronger than just the tempered ones, or do we make a 10-star and give my hatred of odd numbers a break? But that's not something I'm going to overly concern myself with, because I've been enjoying these last couple of weeks. I've yet to get anything from the talismans that really stands out to me enough to trade out what I already have. But I think I'll actually be sticking around to try and maybe find something, because I'm not entirely sure what we have and what we can do now with these. But I find it to be a fun little system. I know there's some worries about there being another RNG system on top of what we already had, but it's an Endgame one, it's an Endgame exclusive system, so I think for the most part it's fine. Sure, there's arguments to be made for a new or returning player, but as someone that's just been playing casually and who hasn't been grinding this game since release, like, it's not a problem for me personally. Like, it gives you everything you'd ever really want or need. Sure, it's not 100% min-maxed optimal, but it doesn't need to be. And with the talismans being locked behind 9-stars, which are locked behind HR 100, yeah, there's not really any worry from me there. They've been smart with it by making it all sequential, so yeah, it's totally fine for me. Now, if you want to have a little pearl clutch moment and something to worry about for the future, the question of what do they do the expansion is where you want to be, because not that the obvious answer isn't, well, they just make it sequential again, that way you're not having to invest in 2 heavy systems at once and you don't lose part of the base game. But if you want to ignore that and, you know, just disregard the very obvious answer, then feel free to do so. But overall, I'm really enjoying where Wilds is right now. I haven't put as much time into this game since launch, and it's nice to have a really solid game to dip in and out of fairly regularly now. But here's the really fun part of the video, because obviously we just had Gamescom and we got the announcement and reveal that Capcom and Square Enix and Capcom are doing another crossover for Wilds and Final Fantasy XIV, and if you like Final Fantasy XIV, then make sure to check out the channel, as I'm documenting my experience with that game from start to finish. And funnily enough, we'll be talking about Omega in the next video, so stay tuned. And I think to everyone's surprise, Capcom announcing Omega as an additional monster kind of turned some heads, because I think a lot of people were expecting Bahamut. Not that I know why, because Bahamut's like 14 kilometers wingspan, way too big for Monster Hunter World. Personally though, I think it fits Wilds thematically very well. Like, we had an entire story of artificially created life forms and crazy technology, and well, that's Omega. Omega, who in Final Fantasy XIV is literally made to hunt dragons. But what I'm really hoping for is they have a little bit of fun with this and say the hole in the mountain in the Windward Plains is because of Omega to mirror the flats in Final Fantasy XIV. I doubt they'll do that based purely on the reveal trailer being in the worst map in the game. Like, seriously, Capcom, why? But what I do know for certain is they're going to hit everyone with Larboard and Starboard, and I'm going to both love and hate it at the same time. And of course this goes both ways, so Wilds gets the Chocobo, so thank you Yoshi P, and Final Fantasy XIV gets the Sacred for a mount, and Arkveld for the new Trial and Extreme, which I'm not sure if Capcom are aware just how big Final Fantasy XIV is and just how long 14 is, because just saying make a character and finish Dawn Trail is absolutely diabolical. Like, Capcom, I haven't even gotten to Dawn Trail yet after 1,000 hours, and at a minimum, that's like a 600-hour endeavor. But so please don't draw the rest of the out, people. It's mean. But I look forward to getting to experience that trial in 2 or so years when I eventually get around to it. And on that note, let me say thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Are you enjoying the new 9 to 5 monsters? Are you avoiding Steve like I am? Like, have you been blessed by RNGs to get the talisman roll you want yet? And are you excited for the Final Fantasy XIV crossovers? And finally, what are your expectations for Omega Planetes? And don't forget to check out the other content on the channel. If you like gaming and anime, we've got a lot of cool stuff going on and some really cool stuff coming down the pipeline, so don't miss out. But I've been Mitch692, as always, you've been great, and this has been the title update 2.5 or whatever from Monster Hunter Wilds, so peace.